Do you ever feel like the other shoe is going to drop? Like, not when things are chaotic, but when you're fine? Welcome to Tools to Manifest Your Dream Life with myself, Glenise Hughes. Thank you so much for being here. I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. This is an invitation to my upcoming call in March called How to Stop Waiting for the Other Shoe to Drop. It is on March 4th at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Link is above or below or in the show notes or in the link that you're watching this somewhere, but if you can't find it, reach out and I'll get it for you. So do you ever feel like you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop? And the reason for that is because for many of us, when we feel calm, that doesn't actually equal safety. It registers more as a pause before an impact. That actually changes how we behave. Years ago, when I would decide to take a day off, all the business books would say, make sure that you're taking at least 1, if not 2 days off a week. So I would sit down, I would plan them out, and I would wake up the morning that I'm to take the day off, and I would have all of these incredible business ideas and creations and inspiration. So of course I would work. It felt ridiculous to take a day off when I had that much inspiration coming to me. And I would tell myself, this is what I need to do. I can't let this creativity go to waste. I can't waste this momentum. But looking back, it wasn't actually creativity. It was my system not knowing how to let things be quiet. And what was really happening was that nothing bad had happened. And interestingly, that was the problem. No fires to put out, no pressure, no demand. So my system filled the space because quiet was unfamiliar. And that is one of the ways that we can basically wait for the other shoe to drop. Another way that this would show up for me is, let's say a client would cancel and maybe they were the last client of the day, so I ended up having some free time. Now, most of us would see that as a gift and be excited about it, and usually I was. But what I would do with it is I would do busy work. I would do admin tasks. I would do these little things that were really unimportant rather than taking that time to relax or do something else. And I didn't do those busy tasks because they mattered and they needed to get done. I really did them from the energy that the stillness was wrong. Enjoying my time off didn't even register as an option. This is often how this pattern hides because it looks like productivity. It sounds responsible. It looks disciplined. Underneath is the same signal. If I stop, something will happen. And that is bracing for the other shoe to drop. More recently, I posted in some pet and house sitting groups about hubby and I's availability and also what our criteria is for doing the sits. Because I work from home, there's some specific things that I need in like an office. High-speed internet. Hubby and I, if it's not a king-size bed, we need 2 separate beds. I know, talk about being a princess. But I thought, for clarity, I'm going to list everything in there, and then anybody that doesn't fit for, I don't have to waste their time. And it's been interesting. There has been some unkind comments on my post. One person said, "This sounds like the rates should be very reasonable because you don't have your own home." And another person put a whole bunch of laughing faces and said, "That's a very tall order if you ask me." Now, logically, I know that people that make those sorts of comments are just telling me information. They're just letting me know they would never be clear in what they want. They would never ask for what they want. That's all they're telling me. And from a nervous system standpoint, my system went into justification, self-editing, and scanning for threat. That space where when we are visible, we often have this energy of this is what happens, which again is the shoe drop moment. These stories look somewhat different in that I'm talking about taking a day off in your business or having an unexpected free afternoon or making a public post. However, it is the same pattern. When things open up, improve, or feel neutral, my body speeds up, my mind fills the space, and enjoyment gets postponed. Only because I've learned to stay alert waiting for that other shoe to drop. And you can see the pattern quite clearly. I mean, most people can. However, seeing the pattern doesn't stop it. Our nervous system doesn't change through awareness alone. It changes through response. When you respond the same way after the awareness, the pattern stays active. So something that you can use starting today, if you relate to anything that I've been talking about with that energy of the shoe dropping, is basically to do nothing. So if you run a business and a client cancels, do not fill that space. If you book a day off, take the day off. That inspiration, that creativity, all of that magic you're perceiving, it'll be there when you work next. I promise. When you post on social media, you allow those responses. You don't defend them. You don't go in and explain yourself. You don't justify. You just allow them. Now, with that, if some are inappropriate, if some are really unkind and it just doesn't work for you, you can actually delete them. Yep, it's okay to delete comments on your social media. I have been doing it for years. And again, I only do it when it steps over the line, when it's really not a contribution to be on there. So far, I've left those other comments on my post with regards to the pet sitting, but I haven't defended myself. I've just allowed them. Or let's say income comes in and maybe you've started receiving a regular set income. Allow it. Don't try to figure out what you need to do with it or how to make it continue. Just receive it. Maybe you're waiting for someone to respond to something. You've sent a text or an email or something, and unless it's absolute necessary, don't follow up. Don't over-explain. Let them respond when they respond. A conversation with someone in your life goes well. Don't replay it later looking for all the things you said wrong. Time with someone feels easy. Don't add meaning to that or worry that it'll end. I would say the biggest takeaway from this really is to recognize when you are waiting for the other shoe to drop, that is a nervous system response. So once you start to regulate your nervous system regularly, that will start to change. That feeling will start to go away, but it isn't mindset that changes it. It's actually taking different steps, different actions, as I just talked about. It's actually about responding differently when those energies come up. Once again, if you would like more ways to change this, more ways to support yourself so that your nervous system is regulated and you are no longer waiting for the other shoe to drop, join us on March 5th for How to Stop Waiting for the Other Shoe to Drop. It's about how to respond differently once you notice the energies. If this episode resonated, this training is for you. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to chatting again soon.